We had a whole bunch of field teams that were out there coordinating in response to all of these closed towns and doing all the protection work. I mean, at this stage we've got very, initial reports about what's occurred there, but it looks like a large number of people have been killed and injured through a gas attack in Idlib province. It's a province that has seen significant conflict in recent months, and obviously what we're beginning to understand as the situation unfolds has been a very major attack in the last few hours, which has killed a large number of people. It wasn't one of the other factions who shot this guy?
No, it apparently was.
This is an area of the country which has seen significant fighting in recent months, and all trends indicate that it's going to be a focus for hostilities in the coming months. It's an area where there are a lot of fighters from opposition groups have been moved after reconciliation agreements in other areas of the country, and we see that this particular area of Syria will become a focus for future conflict. We as a humanitarian organisation are particularly concerned about people living in this area. Their situation was already very desperate. We now see an upscale of fighting, and for organisations such as NRC, getting access to Idlib is becoming increasingly difficult. So we see a situation in the future in Idlib, increased fighting, greater humanitarian need, and increasing difficulties in accessing people within the province. This area?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, sort of more the...
From our perspective as a humanitarian agency, this is around the suffering of humans. It's about the suffering of the Syrian people. And it just highlights once again that the civilian people, the Syrians themselves, are bearing the brunt of this conflict, and we really need a political solution to this conflict so that these sort of attacks can stop and people can start the process of rebuilding their lives. But in the absence of a political solution, we continue to see the suffering of the Syrian people, as we've seen in the last few hours. I mean, professionally, I had a fascinating time because we're a humanitarian organisation, and our ability to serve people inside Syria depends on funding. So principally, yes, funding is really important. But secondly, for all of the countries represented, all of the delegations represented in Brussels over the next 48 hours, support to a political process is really important. We don't want to be in the situation where we're continuing to provide humanitarian assistance now into the 7th year. We need a political solution to the conflict, and that solution needs to be supported by the countries who are represented in Brussels over the next few days.